Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Hope you guys are all doing pretty fantastic. So, okay, now this is a video response to arcade game tables recommendations for the holiday season. Now, while a couple of these games I'm featuring are also similar to the selection he's picked, I wanted to do one up on him with this video response. Why? I have no freaking reason why. I don't know. Just playful banter, I suppose. But okay, first game I'm going to pick is one a lot of people really do not like, because a particular YouTuber, when he first came out, called AVGN, the Angered Video Game Nerd, now he said this game is particularly bad. Well, I disagree, and a lot of people disagree. This game was not particularly that bad. It wasn't great, but it certainly was not that bad. It actually was an interesting and decent game. And that game, of course, is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now again, this was not a bad game at all. It was actually decent. It was fun. I mean, when it had some frustrating elements to it, but that nowhere near made it bad. But nonetheless, it's on my list, and I have a lot of games to go here. So the next game I'm going to recommend is Resident Evil 2. A lot of adventure slash action elements to it. Pretty decent, straightforward game. Its predecessor, or the game before it, Resident Evil 1, was okay, but I preferred Part 2 on the PlayStation 1. Next game here is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. My face, after forgetting to save. But anyway, that is pretty much on my list right there. A lot of games to tackle. Next game here is, again, something I showed in the previous video. Gargoyles Quest 2. Very fun platforming elements, based off of the Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins series, of the arcade games known famous, and as well in the console ports. Really awesome, challenging as hell game. Really, it's unforgiving but fun at the same time. Next game is Resident Evil Revelations. If you own a 3DS, have not picked up this yet, but you've been looking at it in the corner and you're like, definitely worth the pickup. Really fun, straightforward, and, you know, it throws back to the older games. At the same time, it does a new thing as well. Next up is, I'll just show all three of these at once for the hell of it. There I go. Castlevania 1 through 3. All three of them are equally good games. 1 and 3 are the better ones. Simon's Quest was pretty good. A lot of people don't like that one. Has a couple of issues, I suppose, but past that, it was fun. Okay, next three titles here are actually for the PSP that I happen to own, and that is Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles. This is the Japanese cover. Really fun, great game. Deadhead Fred is actually an adventure action game which you use to swap heads. So people go, why didn't you explain this Rondo of Blood remake? Everyone knows about this game, man. Come on. Just recommend dating it. Again, Deadhead Fred, use different heads. All the heads have different abilities. Helps you progress through the game. Really fun, addicting. Next one here is The Third Birthday, which is actually the third Parasite Eve game. A lot of people did not realize that perhaps, but again, really damn good game. It's totally different from the previous games. You swap bodies, sort of like the game Mind Jack. So as I mentioned that, everyone just like said, fuck that. But nope, that one's actually good. I promise you. And Mind Jack was not freaking horrible. Jeez. People are crazy. So, okay, as I drop something on the floor and ignore it. Next game I recommend, which is also on his list, was Splatterhouse for the 360, PS3, don't matter which version you get. It was actually fun. Like he mentioned previously, you get all three Splatterhouse games as a voucher, which is, again, pretty darn awesome. So, decent game, 3 awesome games built in. There you go. And it's going for like $10 under now, so you can get it really cheap new with the codes, hopefully. And next two games, which are pretty much horror-oriented and are pretty damn good. excuse me, my throat's really dry because I talk too much, is Darkstalkers 1 and 2. Again, really fun games, inspired a lot by Zelda and, you know, other games of the genre similar to it. I would show... Okay, now this is a disclaimer for these two next games. I'm going to show this side by side for a particular reason. Is Criminal Origins and The Darkness. Now, the sequels to these two games are good as well. The Darkness 2 is actually going on sale a lot recently, and it's actually, I heard a lot of great things, so I'd recommend, I mean, I tried a little bit of Part 2. It was okay. I need to fully play it to understand it, play it, and love it. And Part 1 is actually really great. And Condemned, Criminal Origins here, which I got this cheaper than this price on the side here, but is actually pretty awesome too. Put that over there now. Going through these. Next one here, because the price is horrifying, that's why I put this on the list, is Pinball Arcade Hall of Fame. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Danny. I'm not talking to myself. Pretty Boy's been looking for wanted to give him a little bit of hell. So a little salt to the wound there. I love you, buddy. Anyway. I'm an asshole, I'm sorry. Dante's Inferno. Doesn't matter which port you get this on. Really great God of War-ish style game. Next one is, a lot of people don't really like these too much, but they were honestly good. And they do have a horror theme to them, because they feel scary at times, so it adds that flavor of the month. And that would be exclusion to Part 1, as I did play Part 1. I have not completed Part 1, but I did like what I've seen of it, but again, I have to get it at some point. But for 2 and 3 of these, Resistance series was actually pretty scary at the same time. It had a sci-fi slash horror-ish feel to it, because there was elements of this game that it was scary, so it counted. So, and again, I mean, aliens count as Halloween as well. I mean, it goes hand in hand. This is actually freaking fun as well, and that is Dead Rising 2, exception to the point we have to keep giving some goddamn insulin to your daughter. That part's annoying, but, you know, as is life. Really good game. I'd recommend Part 1 as well. I've played Part 1, like that one too, but this one's pretty darn fun as well. Next two games here is Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube. I recommend this version because the Wii one was okay, but this one's a lot better. Next one here really gets a bad rap, but it's honestly a very good game. And that, of course, is Cursed Mountain for the Wii. I got this on PC as well. It's $5 digital download on Amazon, guys. If you really want to play this badly, buy it. Buy it. Buy it. I mean, if you don't like the Wii motion controls, use a keyboard and mouse. $5 on Amazon. It's been that way for centuries now. Really good game. If you have a Wii, probably $5 as well. Probably $10 to $5 at Walmart, wherever you brick and mortar store you happen to have, and go look for it. It should be in the clearance bin somewhere. If not, look for it online. Because if you're obviously watching me, you probably have a decent connection. Go on there and grab it that way if you can. But yeah, really good game. A lot inspired, like Alone in the Dark games, like Resident Evil. It just has a great atmosphere, great music. Cannot recommend it enough until my face goes blue. Next one here, I would recommend the other titles as well, which is Doom 1 and 2 and 3. 3 was scary, dark, and gritty. Awesome atmosphere. I want to get the BFG edition. I want to at least try to get on a console or something like that so I can have a physical copy of that. But I have it on PC already. Awesome game. I loved it. This is another game that he also mentioned as well, but nonetheless, that's right, this is only card only, per se, was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Wee little Winky on top. But yeah, it is honestly an awesome game. The Super Nintendo version, a lot of people sought after that one because of this whole flamethrower. I think it's near the end of the game where you get the flamethrower, and that's what makes it more valuable, I suppose. Don't ask me. But yeah, I mean, Ghoul Patrol, which is I believe the European sequel to this one, goes for a lot of money. But yeah, this one in itself is awesome as well. So Zombies ate my neighbors. Over the top zombie scavenger hunting goodness. He recommended this one as well, and I do too, because it's straightforward, a great and fun game. So yeah, on a side note, speaking of horror, so this one's going to be a bonus recommendation. I mean, it does count as what you would call, that's Doom 1. Not Doom 1. That's Diablo 1, rather, excuse me. Is the Diablo 2 Battle Chest. Why? Because it includes a bundle of games. It's somewhat affordable now, and all the games were fun. All the Diablos were fun. I mean, Diablo 1 had that issue with the slow walking, but whatever. Diablo 2 and the Lord of Destruction DLC or expansion is just such a great bundle. I mean, if you want hours upon hours upon hours of gameplay, I mean, don't go and do those like booster levels there and boost your levels up. Play the game straight through. Great fun. Great repetitive fun, I'd say. I mean, this is the granddaddy of repetitive replayability. I mean, this is where games such as Borderlands got their inspiration from the dungeon crawling. I mean, next to a few other classic games out there before Diablo, of course. You know, again, Diablo 2 is a must for Halloween. It gives you hours and hours of something to do if you don't got nothing else to do whatsoever. If you can't afford any of these games, you have 20 bucks in your pocket. You're near a Walmart over there by the park. Anyway, get this. Tons of fun. Enough said, guys. I've wasted 11 minutes and 45 seconds of your time going onward. 47, 48, 49, 50. But I'm going to drink the rest of this bottle of water and tell you guys thank you guys so much for watching this video. You know, I wanted to do a little bit more. On the top of that, I was inspired. I was thinking to myself, those 4 Nintendo games were fun, but I wanted to throw a couple extra in there for the hell of it. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Oh, touch my nipples.